Hello, everyone. Welcome. Listen, I want you to breathe for a moment and hear these next words as if they're meant only for you, because they are. There's a moment in every man's life when he wonders, does she feel it too? Or am I imagining everything? But what if I told you the answer isn't hidden? What if I told you? Women reveal it long before they ever admit it. A woman will never tell you you've already won her heart. She'll never walk up to you and confess, I'm yours. No. She'll test you first. She'll observe you. She'll study the way you move, the way you react, and the way your presence affects her. And the truth is, by the time you notice these signs, she already knows how she feels. So, let me pull you into a moment you've probably lived before. You're talking to her, maybe in person, maybe on the phone. Suddenly, her voice softens. Not because she's tired, not because she's shy, but because she feels safe. A woman doesn't soften her voice. For a man, she doesn't trust. She doesn't lower her tone unless she's unconsciously saying, I feel calm with you. And that right there is the first sign you already have her. You see, women don't fall for men because of money or looks or height or status. Those things can get attention, but they don't win devotion. What wins devotion is emotional influence. When a woman feels your presence, not your pressure. You become unforgettable when she feels guided, not controlled. You become irreplaceable when she feels seen, not judged. You become the man she chooses when nobody's watching. But here's where most men get it wrong. They think winning a woman's heart is about effort. But the truth, it's about impact. Women don't remember what you said. They remember how you made them feel. And when her feelings start to anchor around you, everything about her behavior shifts. She pays attention to your smallest habits, not because she's nosy, but because she's invested. She remembers things you said weeks ago. She notices when your mood changes. She asks questions nobody else bothers to ask. She gives tiny reactions to things that seem ordinary. She becomes more emotionally responsive to you than to any other man in her life. And here's something you were never supposed to know. A woman becomes emotionally attached before she becomes physically attached. If she laughs a little too easily around you, if she opens up a little too deeply, if she values your opinion more than other men's, if she tries to understand your silence, if she changes her tone depending on your mood, she's already chosen you. She just hasn't said it yet. But the real giveaway, the one sign men almost never notice is this. A woman who has feelings for you becomes inconsistent only when she's afraid you might not feel the same. That hesitation, that emotional glitch, that little pause in her behavior, men think it's disinterest. But no, it's fear. Fear of wanting you more than you want her. Fear of investing in a man who doesn't choose her back. Fear of losing the thing that makes her feel alive. When you see this, you don't chase. You don't pull away. You hold your frame because that's the moment you already have her, and she's waiting to see if you can hold her heart steady. There's something powerful you need to understand about a woman who's already emotionally attached to you. It doesn't look like what movies show, it doesn't sound like romantic speeches, and it definitely doesn't show up as perfect, consistent behavior. In reality, it shows up in the moments she can't control. The moments when her guard slips, the moments her feelings leak through before she can stop them. You might notice it when she stares at you for a second too long. Not with lust. Anyone can fake that. But with curiosity, with depth, with that quiet intensity that says she's looking at you, like a story she wants to read all the way through. A woman only looks at a man like that when her emotions have already chosen him. Her eyes reveal the truth long before her words ever do. And then there's her energy. Pay close attention to it. A woman's energy doesn't lie if she's already yours. Her energy towards you becomes warmer, lighter, more open, almost like she's subconsciously leaning towards you. Even when she's standing still, her body will angle toward you even when she's pretending not to care. Her feet point toward you. Her shoulders soften. Her tone shifts. Her presence adapts around yours. These are instincts, not strategies. A woman can fake interest, but she cannot fake comfort. But the real signal happens during conflict. Most men misunderstand this completely. If she argues with you, if she expresses emotion, if she reacts to something you did, she's not pushing you away. She's showing she cares enough to feel affected. Indifference is the opposite of love. Silence is the opposite of interest. A woman who doesn't care simply doesn't react, but a woman who already feels something for you. Her emotions intensify, her reactions deepen, and she becomes afraid of losing you. Even if she hides it behind attitude or distance, she might test you. Yes. Not because she wants to frustrate you, but because she wants to see if your emotional stability matches the emotional connection she feels building. A woman who cares will test your consistency, your patience, your leadership, your calm, not to break you, but to trust you. And there's another sign most men overlook. She lets you influence her. This is huge, because a woman only allows influence from a man she respects, and she only respects men she feels something for. If she listens when you speak, if she reflects on your advice, if she asks what you think before she makes a decision, she's already emotionally invested. Women, don't take direction from men they don't value. They don't shift their habits for someone they don't admire. Influence is attachment. But the deepest sign, the one men rarely recognize in the moment, is when she becomes emotionally transparent around you. A woman's vulnerability is her most guarded treasure. She will not expose her mistakes, her insecurities, her fears, or her past to a man she doesn't trust with her heart. If she opens up to you, if she shares things she usually keeps hidden, if she lets you see her without her emotional armor, you already have her. Because women don't reveal their inner world to temporary men. They reveal it only to the man who makes them feel safe enough to be real. And when she starts being real with you, you're already more important to her than you think. She just needs to know you won't disappear when she takes her mask off. There's a moment in every growing connection where a woman's behavior stops being logical and starts being emotional. Most men misread this shift. They think she's confused, they think she's losing interest, they think she's playing games. But the truth is far more powerful, far more vulnerable, and far more meaningful. She's emotionally invested. And emotional investment never looks smooth. One of the clearest signs you already have her is when she becomes protective of the connection, even if she never admits it out loud. Watch how she reacts when other women show interest in you. She won't rage, she won't explode, but her tone will shift. Her eyes tighten. Her questions become sharper. Her energy becomes cautious, alert, almost guarded. Not because she wants to control you, but because she's afraid of losing what she feels. And it's not jealousy alone. Jealousy is easy to fake. What's real is concern. When she asks where you are, not to monitor you, but to stay connected. When she notices you're different before anyone else does. When she senses your silence and checks in without being asked, this is not attention-seeking behavior. This is emotional alignment. She's synchronized with you because her heart is involved. Another sign, she becomes more feminine around you, soft in ways she isn't with others, not weaker, not passive, but softer in a way that signals trust. Women don't soften for men they don't feel safe with. She becomes playful, she becomes expressive, she becomes emotionally fluid instead of rigid. Her guard drops, and the woman she hides from the world emerges naturally in your presence. This is one of the strongest signs that you already hold space in her heart. But here's the part. Men never see coming. A woman will start future linking without even realizing she's doing it. She'll say things like, "Next time we should. You'd love this place. I want to show you something." Or she'll casually imagine scenarios that include you trips, experiences, plans, ideas. This is her subconscious revealing her attachment. A woman doesn't imagine a future with a man she sees as temporary. And there's something deeper. She becomes emotionally sensitive to your moods. If you're stressed, she feels it. If you're distant, she worries. If you're excited, she lights up with you. If you're hurting, she becomes protective without needing a reason. Emotional mirroring is an involuntary response. It means her nervous system has begun to sync with yours, and that only happens when she feels connected at a level she can't rationalize. But the rarest sign, the one most men overlook, is when she starts revealing pieces of her past without you asking. Not because she wants pity, not because she wants attention, but because she wants you to understand her deeper layers. Women don't share emotional history casually. They share it with men they see as safe, stable, and important. When she lets you into her world, when she trusts you with her vulnerabilities, when she shows you the scars behind her strength, you already have her in ways she's too afraid to say. And she watches how you respond because your reaction in those moments tells her whether her heart is safe with you or whether she needs to pull back. There is a moment, quiet, almost invisible, when a woman stops evaluating you and starts feeling you. This is the moment men rarely recognize because it doesn't come with fireworks or confessions or romantic gestures. It comes in the smallest shifts, the little changes in her emotional rhythm. And if you pay attention, you'll see it. She starts choosing you in ways she thinks you'll never notice. One of the strongest signs is how she reacts to your emotional distance. When she feels you pulling back, not disappearing, just pulling back, she becomes unsettled. Her messages get a little shorter, not out of anger, but uncertainty. She replays moments in her mind, looking for clues. She checks your tone. She watches your timing. She tries to figure out whether something's wrong or whether she did something wrong. This is not insecurity. This is emotional investment. A woman only worries about losing a man she already values. Another sign is the subtle way she starts prioritizing you. Maybe she makes time for you on days when she's exhausted. Maybe she cancels plans to see you without making it obvious. Maybe she rearranges her schedule in ways she thinks you'll never catch. A woman doesn't do this for a man who's temporary. She does it for the man who has reached a deeper level of her heart, the level where her decisions begin to form around your presence. And then there's her curiosity. She asks questions, not surface-level ones, but the questions that reveal. She actually wants to understand who you are when nobody's watching. What motivates you? What scares you? What do you want most? In life, she asks, because she's building a picture of the real you, not the man you show the world, but the man you become behind closed doors. A woman only seeks that version of you when her feelings have already taken root. You'll also notice she starts mirroring your lifestyle choices. If you're working on your fitness, she suddenly becomes more health conscious. If you're disciplined, she becomes more intentional. If you're pursuing goals, she becomes more supportive and even inspired. Women adapt to the emotional frequency of the man they're drawn to. This isn't imitation. This is alignment. It means your presence carries weight in her life. But the deepest sign, the one most men miss, is the emotional risk she takes. When she lets herself care more openly, when she tries harder, when she shows effort without announcing it, when she gives pieces of herself without expecting anything in return, a woman becomes emotionally generous only when she feels safe and only when the connection means something to her. And you'll feel it in the smallest things. She laughs a little easier around you. She gets quiet when she's worried about losing you. She expresses pride when you succeed. She becomes soft when you're hurt. She reacts emotionally to your absence and emotionally to your presence. This is her heart speaking louder than her words. But here's the truth. Even when a woman has fully fallen for you, she won't tell you first. She won't confess her emotions before she knows yours. Not because she's hiding, but because she's afraid of giving her heart to the wrong man. So she waits not for perfection, not for poetry, not for a grand gesture. She waits to see if you're the kind of man who understands what her actions have been saying all along. There comes a point, quiet, invisible, emotional, where a woman loves you long before she ever lets the word love touch her lips. And the truth is, you can feel it if you stop looking for dramatic signs and start noticing the small human ones, the ones she can't hide, the ones that slip through when she forgets to protect herself. Because when a woman has fallen for you, her soul reveals it before her mouth ever does. One of the clearest signs she becomes consistent with you even when she doesn't feel like it. Most people can be warm when everything is easy, but connection isn't measured in comfort, it's measured in commitment. If she's tired but still shows up, if she's stressed but still checks in, if she's upset but still tries to understand you, this is her heart choosing you over her mood. Another sign is in the way she defends you, especially when you're not there. You'll hear it in the way she talks to others about you. She highlights your strengths, your character, your intentions, not because she's blind to your flaws, but because she believes in your goodness. A woman only defends a man she respects, and respect is one of the deepest forms of feminine devotion. And then there's this. She tries to make your life easier in small, subtle ways. She remembers your preferences without asking. She supports your goals without needing praise. She becomes attentive to your needs in a way she never fully explains. These aren't random acts of kindness. This is emotional investment expressed through care. A woman's love is not loud. It is intentional. But there's a more vulnerable truth beneath all of this. She becomes emotionally affected by you. Not in a dramatic, chaotic way, but in a way that shows she feels you deeply. Your silence bothers her more than anyone else's. Your approval means more to her than she admits. Your hurt hits her heart directly. Your joy lights her up. When a woman's emotions shift with yours, her heart has already entered the relationship, even if she hasn't said a single word. And here's the rarest sign of all. She chooses emotional honesty with you. Women fear being misunderstood more than being rejected. They fear opening up to the wrong man. They fear revealing softness to someone who won't hold it gently. So when she tells you what she truly feels, when she admits what scares her, when she shares what she wants, when she lets you see her fears, her desires, her hopes, that is her version of, I care about you deeply. Because a woman can give you her time, her attention, her compliments, but when she gives you her vulnerability, that's her giving you her heart. So understand this. If she softens around you, if she adapts to you, if she's emotionally responsive to you, if she worries when you pull away, if she initiates connection, if she chooses you in the small ways, you already have her. Not because of what you said, not because of what you have, but because of who you are when she's with you. A woman doesn't fall for a man who makes her excited. She falls for the man who makes her feel safe. Safe to be soft, safe to be flawed, safe to be herself. And if she's doing the things you've heard in this video, her heart has already chosen you. She's just waiting to see if yours chooses her back. Now I want to ask you something personal. Which sign from this video have you noticed in a woman before? Comment below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend who needs to